Hi, Jesus. I have a dog, and he's a homosexual.
My son, a lot of people have wondered what my stance on homosexuality is. So I'd like to state once and for all my true opinion. See,
that's all the time we left for Jesus and Pals. Now stay tuned for Marty's movie reviews.
Hey everybody, welcome back to Nothing Else.
I am your Miss Parker.
Before we get into Pastor Locke, which is going to be the
meat,
and I don't even know what he's going to talk about as usual. I don't.
He's going to be the white meat
yeah.
of the segment.
Let's laugh at this. This is my favorite part of the movie.
Yeah, we can't get enough of this. It's just, it's so beautiful.
The acting. Wait for it.
What happened? It was too ring.
Infra-Man.
It was two thing.
Oh God! All right, you want to jump right into Mr. Locke, Poppin' Locke himself?
Yeah, it's been a while since we've dug into this.
Attacked him mercilessly.
This just
with our
amazing.
Logic and words.
Can you believe it was almost a year ago that the buck burning happened, and that's how we discovered this guy?
Mm-hmm.
He's ranting and raving about demons and witches in his congregation.
Yeah, if you get
6 witches, 2 of them are men.
If you like a little Locke, you'll love Spencer Smith too, man. We thought he was the sane one, and he went.
Yeah. So occasionally we get into some pastor on pastor action, but today we're just going to talk about.
Did you say Baxter on Baxter action?
And I have to point out, okay, so we got all these
guitars
up here, but look at this thing. It's like tree branches that is
remember that was
his lectern, or what do you call this thing in religious?
It
looks very pagan. Yeah.
Huh.
So I think he's got a demon.
If you ask some people, they would say Christianity is pretty pagan. Let's see what the young Mr. Locke has to say. By the way, he's looking a little
rough.
You guys can't probably see it too good, but
he's
it's not the lighting that's doing that.
So he has a history of snorting a lot of
abuse, philandering.
Yeah, he married his secretary because his wife was crazy, probably a witch.
Yeah, probably not young.
He has a history of snorting a lot of meth, and we don't think he's doing that anymore, based on how good he looks here.
Theology out of the water. Hebrews says, without holiness, no man shall see the Lord. You say, well, I walked an aisle, I prayed a prayer. There's a lot of aisle walking prayers. They're going to bust hell wide open.
Uh-oh. Here we go.
Because see, we've been taught, as long as we, now will lay me down to sleep, Jesus, I'm a sinner. Please forgive me. Come into my life and save me.
Now I lay me down to sleep. I pray the Lord. Keep off Pastor Locke's creeps.
Now, what that means is I'm going to go out and live like hell and do anything I want to, and I'm going to fornicate, and I'm going to smoke drugs, and I'm going to watch naked, wicked, rated R movies. And look, I already did all that. It didn't work out too good for me, so I'm just saying, down. The Lord, down.
Go all the way.
I'm gonna enjoy myself, and I'm gonna shack up, and I'm gonna live in sin, and I ain't gonna go to church, and I ain't gonna read my Bible, and I'm gonna do anything that I jolly well please. I'm gonna be a hot mess for Jesus.
If I want to wait. If I want to do all those things, I want to smoke drugs and have sex, and I don't know what else was he saying. All I got to do is read my Bible.
Fornicating with witches, demons.
But if you read your Bible, then you can do all those things, right? Yeah, free pass.
I really got to get more organized. There it is. Always take Miss Parker to completion.
You're going to be hot all right. Because you live like hell, you go to hell.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Sounds like a blast.
Revelation 21, chapter number 8. But the fearful and the unbelieving and the sorcerers and the murderers and the whoremongers shall not have their part in the kingdom of God.
Okay, I'm fine with that.
Yeah. Yeah. Live like hell, go to hell. Hey, it can just continue the fun, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Go find yourself.
Did you know? I heard a man say this the other day. I think it was at the conference.
Sounded like he was.
There's my girl.
He said,
anyone else says my
100% of people
sister, it's going to be me.
at funerals get preached into heaven. You ever noticed that? You've probably never been to a funeral in your life. Maybe you have. When somebody got up and said, well, you know, I'm sorry to tell you, old Jimmy here's in hell.
Seems pretty dumb to us.
Right? But the sad
Speaking
fact
of
is, Jimmy
stupid.
probably is in hell. But that play games with the Bible, don't really love Jesus, don't know about holiness pastor wants to stand up and make everybody feel better about himself and give them a false sense of security, drum them all up. Well, you know, old Jimmy wasn't perfect. But at the end of the day, he's a pretty good man. He's a pretty good boy.
Woke moralists.
His wife's like walking up to the casket wondering if she's at the right funeral.
Violated.
Been beating the heck out of her for years, drinking like a fish, smoking drugs, being godless, sleeping around on her.
Hey,
And the
stop.
preacher's like, well, you know, he had a few flaws in his life, but, oh, you know, Jesus.
I just want to point out the equivalency that he makes between smoking drugs and beating your wife.
Well, of course.
Yeah, I mean,
It's a trope. It goes back like when I was okay. I mean, I have questions about religion, and then I went, "Oh, it's not real," and then I moved on with my life. Right?
my mother used to read me fairy tales. She read me Grimm's fairy tales and Anderson sometimes, but I preferred Grimm's, a little darker. That's my style. But when I learned about Jesus, whatever, God, I asked my mother, I said, who is God? And she said, God is everything. And I put it together. It's like, oh, it's like fairies and witches.
It's all real. Mermaids. That's every. No,
Mermaids.
I
are real.
expressed an interest in religion, as in I asked my dad. I asked him.
Oh,
I
yeah.
said, hey, what do you think about God? And he goes, here, check this book out. And he gives me a book about the Spanish Inquisition in like detail and like full on like. And I was like 13. I was like, you're right. No God. Can't be a God letting this happen.
I can't decide if he's the best father
Or
on the
worst.
planet or if he should be in prison.
Yeah. he was good at like that. Here's your lesson. Don't take it from me. Yeah. He can't compete with dudes that like dig into this idea. Like, so Tage had to go to church. And if I wanted to hang out with him on Sundays, I had a car. So I would go to church with him. It's Mormon church in Ben Loma. Pretty progressive church, actually. What are you going to do? Northern California. Anyway, the lady started out her sermon saying about a story about two people, which I'm sure never existed, but she was like, they weren't bad people. I mean, they didn't drink or they didn't smoke. And I went, like I pulled the thing off the turntable. I scratched that record. I was like, what do you mean? My parents drink and smoke and they're not bad people. And so I just was like, I gotta go.
They don't drink, they don't smoke, they don't murder people, they don't beat their wives,
Yeah.
they don't molest children.
Right.
You know, all of those things are equal. So, hey,
Yeah.
if you do one of those things, you're evil, right? You're going to hell.
He saved old Jimmy 30 years ago. I ain't playing them games anymore. Your walking out vacation Bible school when you were 5 years old never changed your life, does not impress me one bit. You better get born again or you're going to go to hell. That's what the Bible says.
Okay, nothing like a journal written by ancient men, rewritten by other ancient men, but whatever. I got my opinions on religion.
I got my opinions on this guy.
But only one thing,
Like people.
only one opinion matters on religion. It's not real. That's my opinion. So, get away from me, you palate cleanser. You want a palate cleanser? You got some more stuff you want to say about this?
Sure. I got my toes sanded today. I just wanted to put that in there.
How many bits did they have to go through?
You know what? It was very cool. It was very cool.
This angle grinder.
This podiatrist looked pregnant, didn't want to say, because you don't ever ask.
Did you put your foot on your belly and said, what? You put your
see
foot
if
up
there
and
was any
said,
twitching. But you never ask a woman if she's pregnant or mention a pregnancy unless she's actually giving birth right in front of you. But she had.
Well, you'll never get it right. Yeah.
Yeah, you'll get murdered. But she was like sanding. She had this sander on my toe, and there's like powder
She's
flying
wearing
everywhere.
like the same shit I wear to fiberglass.
But she came away with powder all over her. I don't know if it's disgusting or
Probably
fascinating.
I don't know. It's your ASMR. Watching
Yeah,
parts of
that's what
yourself
it is.
get blown into, knowing that she's going to pee part of you out later or poo part of you out later.
Yeah, and the baby's going to drink a little bit of it.
That's right.
It's going right in the amniotic fluid,
Great. That's
straight through the umbilical
ruined
cord
the child.
into the amniotic fluid and straight down the baby's throat.
Oh my God. Well, you want to just move on from this dick to another dick? Couple of dicks?
Well, you got some other dicks?
I got some other dicks. Oh,
Okay, yeah. Let's go. I'm always up for more dick.
all right. More dick coming. All right. These guys don't know what to do with themselves, as usual.
So you
these
want to launch into it
horrifying
now.
murders in Colorado over the weekend quickly became a pretext for yet more censorship of your speech.
By the way, the guy that owns Club Q, if it's still the same dude, which I think it is, I roofed his house.
Really?
Yeah. Years
Wow.
and years, obviously years.
Is
and
he
years
dead
ago.
now?
No.
Okay.
He's just the owner. He used to do that, and he owned like a yo-yo, one of those, or a couple of those like yo-yo bars that are just robot bars. You know what I mean? Like you just walk in and you pay money, and then you get X amount of frozen yogurt.
Oh,
There's no one working there, really.
I thought you meant it was like a bar that serves liquor.
No, he
and you
owned
could
those,
just-
and he owned this Club Q,
Okay.
which is a fairly benign. I wouldn't call it a gay bar. It's not like. I mean, I'm sure it is a gay bar. I don't know. I went in there one time. Looked like every other bar you ever see.
Well, so do gay bars look like every other bar you
Just
ever
so
seen.
you know. Now you know, right?
Except if you're a woman, you can go in there and you don't have to worry about men grabbing your ass, which is always nice. They grab your tits, though. Gay men love boobs.
They want them. So anyway, classic Cucker, the fucker, goes up and just straight up puts his fucking
You
wingtip
are
right down
responsible
his
for
throat.
this, they told you, because you said the wrong things. You are guilty of stochastic terrorism, inspiring
That's
violence.
going in as shit reel. It's stochastic, you fucking moron. By the way, did you know that I may have mentioned this on the show before. Tucker Carlson's father ran PBS for a while back in the 80s, and he said any idiot can make money in broadcasting.
By your beliefs. Anderson Lee Aldrich
Case in
committed
point.
mass murder because you complained about the sexualizing of children. Every time you object
Excuse
to
me.
drag time
The only
story
people
hour
who
for
talk
fifth
about the
graders,
sexualizing
or
of
point out that
children are
genital
people on your
mutilation
network
you murder.
Yeah.
and GOP members in front of a camera.
This is victim blaming 101.
I think it goes a little beyond victim blaming.
Wait till you hear what
it's inventing
your new favorite person is going to be.
It's inventing victims or perpetrators out of whole cloth.
Yeah.
Because you complained about the sexualizing of children. Every time you object to drag time story hour for fifth graders, or point out that genital mutilation is being committed
Hey,
on
I
minors,
just want to point
which
out
it
that
is,
drag
every
time
time you
story
say that,
hour is
you are
attended
putting
by
people's
4-year-olds,
lives at
and they
risk.
love it. It's awesome.
This is great. Yeah, I did the wrong one first.
Tucker here talking.
Okay. Now,
This is David Packman's fresh new intern.
yeah, he is. He's a pretty cool guy.
Young white man.
So, yeah, I need to get this stuff better. Oh, looks like there's going to be an ad in 5 seconds. Might as well get
Told
through
you
that.
several hundred times that the accused shooter, Anderson.
Isn't that lovely? The headline is "The Colorado Shooting: Attacker is
Aldrich was
non-binary."
inspired by hatred for the non-binary.
Oh my God!
So victim blaming, right? Now, it's not even confirmed if the guy is non-binary or not. So, but of course, he'll forget all about that.
community
So
he learned on this
Because
show.
somebody said
Remember
it.
Well,
We're hearing
actually,
that
it
he's
turns out,
non-binary.
we discovered last night, that Anderson Lee Aldrich is, drumroll please, part of the non-binary community. He doesn't hate them. He is one. In a court filing, Aldrich's lawyers wrote this, quote, Anderson Aldrich is non-binary. They use they, them pronouns, and for the purposes of all former filings will be addressed as Mix Aldrich.
Oh my God!
Teacher, I see something wrong with your logic. Can I say
Mix Aldrich. That's the shooter, the non-binary shooter.
Could just said that.
Yeah.
Let that sink in.
Yeah,
look at
Yeah,
we
the dude
heard.
could have just
it's,
said that.
It's classic Fox News. We people are saying.
Yeah.
People are saying that he's non-binary, or some douchebag is quoted as saying he's non-binary. Oh, by the way, the sexualization of children. Because
Yeah,
like
if you
to say those words
want to
together.
be if you want to be don't be non-binary, don't do any of this stuff, you might get shot, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, here's your new favorite guy that I found.
Or don't hate on non-binary. Don't be critical of transgender people, or you're going to get shot, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, that's part of it right now. It's like, of course, this is like they jizzed in their pants when this shit happened.
Yeah.
I love this is Matt Walsh coming out, and his craven, how he's just like, we should tolerate. We're the intolerant ones.
Listen to that.
But why should we be the only ones explaining? Instead of asking why we oppose it so much, we should ask why they support it so much that according to them, they will keep doing it at the risk of life and limb. Why is it so important to you to cross-dress in front of children?
Why is it so important to you to get up in people's business?
Is it worth the cost that you claim you're paying?
Again, this is bringing two things that have nothing to do with each other together. So there are people who want to live a certain way. They're not hurting anyone else, and they're taking it as some sort of they're treating it the way we would treat excessive taxation. You know, where they're treating it as a political issue.
I go you one better. It's more like the absolute absurdity of that we should be tolerant of their hatred.
Exactly.
It's not us. We're not doing anything. Like, we're not a fuck you to you. This is just Americans being free and doing whatever the fuck they want. You guys who are supposed to be the people, you know. So this is your new favorite douchebag, Matt Walsh. Remember that name. This guy's a fucking, like, he's so indicative of this idea that it's like I wanted to ask you a question where it's like, oh, I tolerate you for behaving the way you do, but you don't tolerate me for behaving the way I do, and yet we're the ones on being attacked here. Like, I don't understand. We're tolerating.
How about I don't tolerate your intolerance? So they're upset because we're not tolerating.
Somebody said something really interesting to me. They said. Real Nazis, like Nazis, all the Nazis are dead. We killed all the Nazis. Whatever these people are calling themselves now, neo-Nazis, shit like that, there are no Nazis left. They're just, now it's just like people that call themselves neo-Nazis. They just hate whatever. If it's not fucking the way that Pastor Locke sees the world, then they hate you. For whatever reason, obviously it's their own insecurities, it's their own lack of, of understanding of how they're being screwed by the very people that they put into power. And they just are like, but at least we're getting screwed by white people, or a man, and like what we were talking about in the beginning show, Herschel Walker saying like how that old lady is like, you're saying you want to bring it back to the way we were kids. I'm like, Coke and disco, let's do it. Because that's Herschel Walker when he was a kid, Coke and disco.
It's a sure way to live like hell and go to hell, right?
Fucking football, Coke and disco. Like, this seems like fun.
Oh, yeah. You could have all kinds of sex.
You're talking about shit like 50 years ago, man. You're talking about like that idealized version of the 50s that is shown in the idealized version of the 50s that is shown in, like, say, Back to the Future. It's just like, dude, it wasn't that way. Right? It wasn't that way, man. But that's what these people want to go back to, when they had all the power, and it's just, now it's just the money. Now it's like, you guys, I mean, it's, to me, it seems like almost cliche or foregone conclusion. It's like, you're going to vote for this group. Like, nobody wants to go backwards.
Definitely the people who will be affected by going backwards don't want to go backwards.
How you, it's from all directions and all sides. And, so I get a good idea of what the people around are voting as we get older. Tell us what you think. This bastard.
Why do you have to do this? Why can't you just not do it? How is that? Would that be a fight? If it is really causing all this chaos, again, that's your version. I don't agree with that. You're exaggerating. But according to you, that's what you're saying. What is it? Why?
Look, if
So if it's like, why do we have to do it? It's like, I don't know, maybe we have to do it because the United States is all about fuck you, man. I'm gonna do whatever I fucking want as long as it doesn't directly affect you in a negative way. Jay's golden rule. Fuck you, man. Fucking tell me what to do. Tell other people what to do. You know how many fucks I give about what fucking drag queens are doing?
Well, they can
Zero.
They can tell us to do whatever the fuck they want, and we have the right to say,
fuck off.
Fuck off.
Yeah, I'll fucking speak with my vote, and you guys can piss and moan your way into the fucking Stone Age, which is where you want to live. Go hang out with fucking Trump and Kanye and Grand Wizard Nick Fuentes and shit at Mar-a-Lago. Fuck you, man. Get the fuck out of my face, right? It was fun. Somebody, I think it was Colbert, made the joke. Herschel Walker was talking. That was the erection thing when he said erection.
Oh, you gotta.
I will. But when he said erection, he said, ironic since he's sitting between two dicks, and it was Lindsey Graham and Ted Cruz like that.
That's a ripoff of that show, Weeds.
What could I do?
No. Did you hear what I said? Did you ever watch Weeds?
No.
Yeah, they did a joke where these two guys asked the maid, "What's the thing between the dick and the asshole?" They were arguing, about the taint, and she goes, "The coffee table."
You want answers?
You could never handle it.
I think I'm entitled. You want answers?
I want the truth. You could never handle it.
You can't handle the truth.
The more you know. Well, that's all I got for this segment. We're going to do Florida Man, and then that's it.
Yep. We went over time. Sorry.
Yeah, well, we got time. We only got one Florida Man, and there's a couple.
No, you got two.
Oh, two Florida Men?
Got two Florida men.
All right, plethora.
So we're going over time.
All right.
Yeah.
We're back in a moment. I'm the G Dog.
I am your Miss Parker.
This
is Nothing Yet Live.
Fail.